Good evening, Wonders. Welcome to the Wondering Hour with Mom and Dad, a cozy corner of the night where your questions drift in like lanterns and together we follow wherever they glow.
Welcome back. I suppose we'll just get right into it with the first question. That is, could you live without electricity for the week? Now, I'll take this one first. Because I like to say I was a professional homeless person for 5.5 years. So I can definitely live without electricity for a week and have on many occasions.
Gross.
It's after like the first day, I think you get used to it and it's not as weird as you might think.
No.
Yeah, I think it's after the first day again, it's super easy because you just get used to it.
No, I don't think so. I like books. I feel like I could really pass the time with some books. However, I like to read my books by lamplight. I like to be able to walk to the refrigerator in between chapters. I couldn't live without electricity. I mean, like, I'm sure if I had to survive, sure, but that's not the situation I'm going to try to be in. I don't think so. Even if I was homeless, I feel like I would just be like hanging out in establishments with electricity. Like, there ain't no way. Nope.
You just couldn't set up a tent somewhere and...
No. Living in a tent sounds like my worst nightmare.
That's probably... not the only, it's probably the biggest thing that I miss about my time in was like going hardcore camping.
Ugh.
It's like
no.
not even,
I don't even want to go glamping. Like,
not even a tent. You just get a poncho that you kind of put up over your area so you don't get too wet.
No. That's not for me. That's not my life. I wish I could be that person. I wish I was strategic, resourceful, somebody who liked to like hang out alone. And I'm just not. I don't think
be
I
one
could.
with nature.
No.
Get back to the roots.
No, I don't care about nature all that much.
Crazy.
I care about nature.
Yeah.
But I don't want to like be in nature.
I care about nature, but I don't want to like see it.
Yeah.
Or feel it.
Or live in it or be around it very much. Yeah, absolutely. I don't even like nature sounds too much. I think birds go too hard. I don't really care.
Yeah, all like the sleep sounds, I feel like they just have birds going too often.
Yes.
That's fair. There's like
so
normal birds don't tweet this much.
I agree. So that's my thoughts on being without electricity. I'm uninterested.
I definitely could do it. I would like to do it again someday. Maybe when, as the boy grows up, we could do like a camping trip in the summer or something like that. That might be a lot of fun.
We being you and him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool. I don't want to be involved in that.
Yeah, just he and I. And maybe the girl, if she's interested in that too, we could work something out. That's fine too.
Yeah, she might be into that. And then I could have a weekend alone. Yeah. Doesn't that sound magical?
What a dream.
It honestly does. I'm worried about like... I always think that for some reason I'm gonna end up living in like a post-apocalyptic world, and which I am worried about. One, being without medications, and two, being without electricity. That's not the vibe for me.
Yeah,
uninterested. And everybody in the shows are like, we gotta survive, and I'm like, do we? Is it that serious? It's probably fine. I'm cool.
Yeah, I guess somebody has to have that drive, but it doesn't really have to be everybody having that drive.
No, I don't know what I'd do with myself or my time.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
How would I know what's going on, you know? I can't check my phone. Ugh.
You don't need to know what's going on all the time.
No, I can't go overnight without my phone charger. I just, a whole week.
I think you could surprise yourself. And
that's not the question.
I don't want to push it again. Like, if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. Not everything is for everybody. All right. Before we get to the next question, Wanderers, Don't forget to follow us on Spotify so you never miss a new question. And if you want extra moments, the cut questions, the cozy chaos, and the memories, come find us on TikTok and YouTube. We'd love to have you there. Keep wondering with us.
Awesome. Our second question for tonight is, do you like champagne? And if so, what is your favorite brand?
This is such a like an out of left field question. It's so specific. It's not like, do you like alcohol? If so, what kind? It is specific. It is champagne.
But yeah, and I feel like they don't like touch on the other questions at any point. I mean, that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
They're not like, what's your favorite beer?
Yeah, what's your favorite whiskey? And this, I always come back to, what photo shoot was it when we got those the bottles of champagne?
It was our engagement photo shoot.
Engagement photo shoot. The bottles were so beautiful. Like, as far as like a photo shoot goes, those are the bottles I'd want in a photo shoot.
Very aesthetic.
We opened them, and I took the first sip out of one of them, and it was the worst thing I think I have ever put in my mouth.
Yeah.
I am not the biggest fan of champagne by itself. I'm sure there are some out there. I just haven't like searched it out and found it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. In like mimosa, I'm here for that. Give me some orange juice and champagne, that's fine. But I'm not out here just drinking champagne. I don't think I'm that fancy.
Yeah, I would agree. I think, again, yeah, mixed with things, totally fine. I don't like a lot of bubbles. Like, everyone's like, the bubbly, it hurts my stomach, and I just don't care for it.
Yeah, if that's like what you're drinking.
Well, yeah, and that's
fair.
why I can't. I mean, I don't drink a lot of like dark sodas either, because I feel like the bubbles are really aggressive.
Yeah.
And I'm not here for the bubbles. So yeah, champagne for me is really not quite what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's definitely I don't know if like you need to have a certain amount of money in your bank account or something like that. But yeah, I definitely
We're just not luxurious.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm not in the right tax bracket for champagne, I think.
Yeah. If they have like a diet champagne, maybe.
Yeah, it's called wine.
See? And I like wine, so that makes sense. You got me there.
I am not here for champagne.
Yeah. Well, I would agree.
What nervous habits do you have?
Well, I'm doing it right now, so I think that's the easiest to answer. Yeah. I don't know. The leg tapping, Jimmy leg, whatever they call it. I am the epitome of a nervous person at any given moment, and I cannot sit still. So I will always be bouncing my leg. I can't, my leg stops moving, I stop thinking. I can't focus at all.
Is it like Spoink from Pokemon? If it stops bouncing, its heart stops pumping?
Yes, absolutely. No, I just remember at one point I had somebody put their hand on my leg to just be like, stop. And I short circuit it. I was like, everything that I was focusing, and it was like just out of the blue. Like, so like they did this with intention, and I just shut down.
Stun locked.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was dazed and confused and was not coming back. Absolutely. Yeah. So that's the biggest and the easiest one.
Yeah, I do that a lot. I try to control it, especially when we're recording. I think we tested it, and I don't think you can hear it. If you can hear it, definitely let us know on one of our social medias. Email us, leave a comment on Spotify, whatever. If you can hear her leg tapping, we've had music to cover that up. But I think moving forward, we need to either get some different music or something, because we just got hit on Spotify with some kind of copyright thing. Luckily, it was just like, hey, this is somebody else's stuff, and it was a copyright free thing. So I just was like, no, they said we can use it, and then it went away and everything's fine now. But like, just to avoid that in the future, I think I'm just gonna skip out on the music unless we have like.
You're better than me. I was gonna be like, let's just see how it pans out.
No, because that's like, we don't have an LLC for this or nothing. They can come straight
I
for our house.
I like the music. It makes me feel like I'm listening to NPR.
I also enjoy the music. I think it adds a lot. I don't like the music enough to be homeless about it.
I
So
do.
if you want to learn how to like make the music, so we can just have some chill vibes in the background, and we have the rights to it.
We'll listen to the boys DJ mixer. We'll put the song on there and then let them mix it for free, and then it'll be slightly different. So we've solved the music problem. I don't know how that pertains to nervous habits. However, easy fix.
The music used to cover it up.
Oh,
Cover
yes,
up your
my
leg
nervous
kicking.
habit.
Yeah.
It drives my cousin crazy. She's constantly like, stop. And I'm like, I will die. I don't know what to tell you.
I am very much the same way. I'm a nervous kicker. Again, I try and control it for recording and stuff like that. I also do like finger taps a lot, like on if I'm like sitting at a desk or whatever. I'll just like drum my hands. I do that a lot when I'm nervous.
It's funny. That's not the nervous habit I would have expected you to share.
My tongue chewing.
Yeah, that's the one I would have thought.
I almost always am chewing my tongue. Like if I'm conscious, I'm probably chewing my tongue. I don't know when that started. I don't know.
I try, and I don't like the sensory experience.
Not a lot. I don't know of anybody that does it like I do, because it's almost like chewing gum, but I don't need gum. I'm just chewing on my tongue, which is like a weird way to explain it, but that's kind of the best way I got. And when I was in basic training, I got in trouble, almost got in trouble for chewing gum when I shouldn't have had gum, because I was sitting there chewing my tongue, which, like, to be fair, I shouldn't have been chewing at that moment either. So even like gum or no gum, it's still like bad news bears. But like, I remember that, and the drill sergeant was like, "You better spit that out." I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Don't play dumb," and I'm like, "What are you?" And then it clicked.
Now you're sassy too.
And then it clicked, and I'm like, no. I chew my tongue. But yeah, I don't know anybody else that does that. And I do that always, and it's so much so that I just don't even think about it. Like now, when I almost didn't even bring it up.
Joke's on you. I always think about you doing it.
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't sound the greatest. I'm sure it sounds horrendous.
It's not the worst thing you do. I listen to you eat. Awesome. Well then, what do you do when you and your best friend get into a fight?
This one, it's all about communication, and best friend, partner, whatever. It's everything. We've watched so many, like Love is Blind, 90 Day Fiance, all kinds of things.
I get so heated.
And we just, like, we sit down, and again, it's easy to, like, backseat drive or armchair or whatever. But there's so many issues that come up in those things, those shows, those whatever, those experiments, that it's completely nullified if you just sit down and talk with your person, be open and honest with them, and trust the other one. It's so easy to ask someone a question, and have it made up in your head, the answer that they're going to give you, and then they give you a different answer, so then you think they're lying, blah blah blah. But like, if both of you are on the same page and you both come with earnest, open, honest hearts,
open being the key, there,
and you talk about what it is, there's nothing you can't make it through, make it over, whatever. It's just like, it's such a simple solution, but I feel like so many people don't acknowledge it, don't do it, or they're like, they've been hurt in the past, so now how can I ever trust anybody in the future? It's like, yeah, this person didn't hurt you. This person you're talking to right now didn't hurt you. And until they do, you should give them every benefit of the doubt, and believe that, especially if they're not, like if they're a partner or a best friend or whatever. I don't think you should just give strangers every benefit of the doubt. and expect them to be good people. But if you've gotten to a point where you're dating or engaged or married or you're just best friends, then you know this person, and you know that if they're your best friend, you hopefully know that they have your best interest at heart. So there'd be no reason to project any kind of negativity into them, and just have a chit chat.
Always assume positive intention.
Yeah.
That's something I think we say at work a lot, which at first I was always, because I'm a little jaded, like, ugh, how dare you? But I've been trying to be really mindful of that.
Yeah, again, I think that this is only for people that you know already. Don't just have a large group of people come into your community and assume best intention.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or even one person come into your community and assume best intentions or positive intent or whatever, because quite obviously that's not always the case.
Yeah, that's fair. Your answer was so good and so genuine and open, and I think of my best friend specifically, and I would say that the answer is eat.
Eat.
My best friend.
About it?
Well, no, it's not even that. It's just my best friend and I don't fight very often, and when we do, we're usually very hangry, and that's the time that we get like really snippy at each other. That we like sit down and we're like, you know what? After a snack, I realized this was not that big of a deal.
I know who you're talking about now. I was like, which one? That makes sense.
Of my 3 friends. But no, absolutely. I mean, we've been friends for a very, very long time. The entirety that we've known each other. And we took like a decade away from each other in some.
Yeah.
But she and I did not. And most of our problems are usually just a little bit of food, and then we're like, you know what, we're cool here. And then we're able to have more of those conversations. But like also like, do not try to convince me your point of view until I've had queso. Like I just can't.
You're not you when you're hungry.
Yes. Yep. I relate to that on a personal level. So, yes, I like your answer. Yours is better. For me personally, I need a snack.
All right. On to the next one. What comforts you on bad days? For me, it's video games. I try to keep coming back to video games. There's a lot that I do that is like, it's kind of that escapism with video games, so that's an easy answer for me. And friends also. You can just get a friend on the phone and they help a lot. But I will always, when I'm like sad or disappointed, come back to video games.
I think for me, I'd like to reference the book in my past answer, which for me was Daisy, which is one of our cats who had passed away at the end of last year, just before our daughter was born. And I always like to say that she was Nurse Daisy. She was just always like there when she knew you were having a rough day. So that was my answer then, so it's hard to kind of adjust my answer now. Overall though, I think it's still kind of in that same vein. I think pets just have such a genuine love without any of like the strings attached.
Yeah.
And they're just such a great body to lean on. You don't need to talk or have the big conversations, but you get that comfort and that being there and just the warmth of someone else. And I think that really just...
Yeah, there's something that comes with like a nice warm hug, and I think specifically of our dogs for this because they're like big or medium-sized dogs.
The perfect hugging size.
Yeah, it's like you're not gonna like hug a cat. Well, not like our cats.
Well,
not like them.
That's
where it's like an actual hug. It's not just like
they kind of lean into you.
Yeah. That like warmth that you get. Our oldest dog now, I'll always remember the times when she will let me snuggle her when I go to bed. She's not a snuggler. She generally isn't. Like, she won't. If you come and sit next to her on the couch, she's like, I'm out of here.
You're too close to me.
It's been real.
Thank you.
But there is times when, like, I'll go to sleep for the day, and she'll hop up into bed and just kind of lay right in front of me, like you snuggle a dog. And there's only been, I can only remember 2 times, and again, I don't think I would forget them. I've only remembered 2 times of her. I got to snuggle her until I fell asleep. I don't remember her leaving, and that's just like, oh, what a good time.
That's such a genuine moment. Yeah. And again, they look at you like you're their whole world, which is awesome. And so, I mean, they just want the best for you and for you to be happy. And so I really just, pets are such a great comfort on the worst days.
Yeah. Never overlook your pets when you're kind of being sad. And
and you don't have to be strong for your pets.
No.
I think in the same way, like, you just get to genuinely, like, just let loose, which is really nice, you know. My kids are so good at making me laugh in those moments and fixing the situations, and the boy is always, be happy now, which is so cute in those few, like, tough moments that we've had. But to have a pet that you're just kind of like, ugh, let me just waterfall right now.
And they don't judge, they don't whatever. Well, our oldest might judge a little bit, but
she judges, but she's like,
there for it.
So absolutely, that's my answer.
But,
okay, well, moving from there.
What?
Oh, I got it.
You got it.
What personality trait in people raises a red flag with you? I don't want to guess your answer, but I've got a pretty good idea.
Is it disloyalty?
It is.
Well, that's not my answer.
Oh, okay. Shocked.
That's not. If we get to that point, if I see you're disloyal, that's like, I just don't interact with you anymore. So, yeah, it's a red flag, but that's like the final. It's like a black flag in a race. It's like, all right, get out of here. For me, my answer is people that are too nice, which is crazy because I would identify as one of those people.
Yeah, I've been told that, and people do tell me very often. They're like, it just comes off really fake, until I get to know you, which is fair.
And that's the case, because in many cases, the people that are too nice are fake. And I feel like that's why it's such a big red flag for me, even though I know that I am that kind of person and I am not fake, and I know that you are that type of person and you are not fake. I feel like more times than not, at least 51% of the too nice people, and maybe not a red flag per se, but it's like an orange, like, hey, watch this person.
Eye on that.
Make sure that you're not like saying things that you don't want everybody to know around them. Like, they put on this like maternal paternal like overlay over themselves, and they like bring you in with this nice talk about how whatever, and then you like spill the beans, and then the next day like everybody's talking about the thing that you said. It's just like, that's a yucky feeling. That's happened to me way too many times, to where it's just like, all right, if you're too nice, we're not playing ball until like I get to know you and I know that that's a genuine thing.
That's fair. That's a good answer. I think my answer is people that lie. Again, we've talked about liars. We've talked about like white lies and where the difference is with that. But people who like lie about their lives and like embellish things really just kind of irk me. Because there's no necessity to lying for me. And so to build that up, to make that a part of who you are as a person, it really just, blaring red flag.
But like
can't
that
put up with it.
compulsive when it's not like it's not just like they're lying about something that matters. It's
Yeah,
like they're
it'll just be
lying.
like
Yeah,
my commute to work, and it's like,
yeah.
calm down. I don't think you saw a unicorn crossing the street. Like, that's so weird. And like, I know you're lying. Like, other people know you're. Where do you find comfort in this?
Yeah. And kind of the caveat off of that, like the one-uppers also are kind of yucky.
Yeah.
Like I had, it took me 30 minutes to get to work today or whatever because there's snow on the ground. It's like, well, it took me 45. It's like, cool, dude. Like, it's not a measuring contest right now.
Yeah.
We're just like, I was just complaining and you gotta do one better. Like, that's just crazy to me. People that do that for everything. I met a couple of those.
Yes.
Luckily, not a lot, but it's like you tell any story, and they've got a story that's just a little bit cooler, or a little bit worse, or a little bit whatever the vibe was than it. And it's like, obviously, I know that you haven't experienced everything that I've experienced, so one of these stories has to be a bit of a stretch.
Yes, absolutely. And again, there's just no necessity to do it. You're like going out of your way to add on to this component, and that to me is just so bothersome, and it just really boils my blood.
Yeah, again, the lying.
Yeah.
To fit in to whatever, like, just be you.
Yeah.
Be honest, be authentic. I feel like that's the best way to be. If you put on a mask, and I get that some people need to, for whatever reason, like if you put on a mask, then you'll attract the people that your mask would attract, and not like if I'm a big nerd. I'm sure you know that by now.
No.
But if I put on this mask of some guy that is super into sports, I watch every game of football, Thursday night, weekends, I watch the Super Bowl, and then I never talk about video games, I'm going to attract people that watch football all the time and not people that play video games, which is what I'd want, because instead of watching football on Sunday night, I'm playing video games.
Yeah. I think a really good example of that is at our high school reunion. Like, we had people come up to us that were like, oh, I should have been hanging out with you guys in high school and doing those sorts of things, because they all have those same hobbies now.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like, yeah, the thing is we were doing them very openly for everyone to know
and getting ridiculed about it while you guys are sitting at the popular table. I hope it was nice for you. I hope you built long-lasting friendships.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I think that's important.
Yeah. Just be
you.
authentic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Your vibes attract your tribes.
Yeah.
I really like that saying. All right. Moving right along then.
Yeah.
How old do you think is too old to have a baby?
Okay. So again, interesting question, because is it you physically having the baby, or just like now I've acquired a baby, or I'm raising a baby? You know, it does say have, but
yeah, I think that this would be like in my head, I read it as like the act of getting pregnant, carrying a baby to term, and then having that baby.
See, it's interesting because for this I would generally say, I guess, whenever your body tells you, which is funny because men can just keep producing babies left and right as long as they'd like. Yeah. So I mean, people have older parents, and I think that's fine, especially like if that's what you want to be doing at that stage in your life, you go right ahead. But I mean, I guess, in my head, it's one of those things your body will tell you if you can or can't. Unfortunately, I think the weird gap for women having children, people having children, is a weird and short window.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. As a card-carrying member of the side of our species that doesn't give birth. I don't feel like I get an opinion on this matter, but I would like to echo a lot of the same. Like, it's, as for me, being that half of the equation, if my partner were coming to me and we were having that legitimate talk, for me it would just be understanding all of the risks that are involved. I know that certain things have a higher likelihood of happening as you get on in age. So as long as you understand all the risks and whatever, and even not, like, if that's something that you want, if that's a goal in your life,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
I'm not a medical doctor.
No, yeah, this, again, I would, for me, and that's the kind of person I am, I would like to understand the risks. That would be my big thing if I was on my half of the equation for this question, is I would want to understand the risks. But yeah, no, as long as you can do the thing, do the thing. There shouldn't be anything stopping you there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Cool. Well, fun little easy swerve. Have you ever painted a house?
No, I've never painted a house. I don't think I've ever wanted. When I was young, elementary school for sure, probably like 1st to 3rd grade, somewhere in there, the closest I ever got to painting a house, one of our neighbors across the street in my childhood home was stripping his house to paint it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't think about that part of the process very often, but I've definitely been like, I'm gonna paint this thing, and then started stripping, and I was like, oof, I don't want to paint this anymore.
Yeah.
I like painting. I don't like the stripping. That's no, thank you.
And me and the neighborhood kids like all came over, because it was something new that we hadn't seen before, and he had like a heat gun or something like that was helping with the stripping process.
Cool.
And that's all I wanted to do was the heat gun part, but he wouldn't let me because it was a heat gun.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but that's the closest I've ever come, and we didn't even scrape. I just wanted to hold the heat gun, and he was like, nope, and I'm like, all right, well then this is boring.
Oh, that's terrible. But yeah, that's the hardest part. My parents did paint their house, and that was one cool thing that my parents did do. We're like, here, grab a brush, go wild. Mm-hmm. And we were not qualified to be painting that house. I mean, again, as parents do, they let us do whatever and then went over it nicely afterwards. Yeah, I feel like my mom's painted my house more than once, but who can remember?
She's a very crafty woman.
She does. She got up on a big ladder on like the dormers and was like climbing stuff up. The neighbors watched to make sure she was okay, and then would like check in and be like, that lady painting the house by herself. Mm-hmm. But no, she's a determined woman. She'll get her done. So, I mean, even painting the inside of her house, like we had the staircase is so tall, and she just like propped her ladder up and across to like paint that like ceiling bit above it. And yeah, I mean, she's wild.
I don't trust ladders, man.
No, and she's like doing like tricks up there. It feels like I think she does it on purpose.
Tall ladders for stuff at work, and if I go over like 3 feet off the ground, I'm like, I need a person to hold the front and the back of the ladder. Like, we're not playing.
I go over a regular 6-foot ladder, and I'm like 4 feet up, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm nervous, and it's like,
you're up so high.
You stand at 5 feet normally. I don't know what's the issue.
Yeah, I don't trust that, so that's crazy to me. But yeah, she definitely seems like that kind of a woman that is just like, new color time, and then just does it. Yeah. Which is wild.
Yeah, no, couldn't be me. I have to like mull it over and then change my mind and then work up to it. Ugh, no. Yeah. Couldn't be me.
Yeah. And then we'll have a half-stripped house for a while.
Oh, yeah, because I get burnt out.
Full stripped house for a little bit. And then we'll
Absolutely.
have a half-painted house for a little bit.
Yeah, which is the worst because I'm like very like if I start a project, I want to finish a project, and there's some
Yeah.
projects like painting a house
Yeah.
that you can't just do in one sitting, and I can't like hyperfixate for long periods of time. I've just got a short, limited amount of time
Yeah.
to make that happen for me. So, yes, I've painted a house. I was a
Yeah.
kid. It wasn't anything impressive.
And that's like such a cool thing for
I'd like
parents
to paint our house someday.
Yeah, such a cool thing for parents to do, especially when it comes to like paint. Like, here's a paintbrush, knowing that like I'm just gonna go over it with a spray gun later, so it like doesn't super matter what you do. But like as a kid, you feel super accomplished, and then you like look at that wall when it's done, and you're like, I helped.
Yeah, I was a
So,
part of that
yeah,
process.
what a very cool thing for them to do, and I hope to allow opportunities like that for our kids to be a part of those big projects. No matter how small, no matter how much we come back over the things that they've done in secret to make it look better, I really, really hope to offer them that opportunity as much as possible, because how cool is that?
Yeah.
All right, on to the next one. Have you ever had a surprise birthday party that was an actual surprise?
I have had many surprise birthday parties. Let me start by saying my dad is really good at surprise parties. He's a cute thing he always tries to do for me. I didn't get to see him very often, but usually in the summers, and so he'd gather some people there. However, I usually have somebody who kind of spills the beans for me, which I'm never upset about. I think the idea of a surprise party is sweet and sentimental, and I appreciate and love that. However, to be totally blindsided and genuinely surprised by a social event sounds like my worst nightmare.
That's great.
Like we're just going out for dinner. Oh no, surprise, I have to talk to 40 people now for several hours. I wasn't expecting that. So, and it's cool because it's always like people who are celebrating me and all the things. But like again, if I don't know that's coming, that's a hard event. So, many surprise parties, not genuine surprises.
Unless I was really young, especially as an adult, I'll say as an adult, I've never even had someone attempt to throw a surprise party, I don't think, for me. So no, I've not had any surprise parties that I didn't know were a surprise.
Do you want a surprise
No,
party?
I'm not. No.
Okay, just want to make sure. If that's something I should be
nudge,
doing.
Nudge. No, I am not.
We have a birthday coming up. I can make it work.
Not one that tends to celebrate their birthday. My thing is I don't work on my birthday. I will take PTO every year if my schedule falls on my birthday. That's how I quote unquote celebrate my birthday. I like to use it as an excuse to like get family and friends together. Like not a birthday party, but like to plan an outing to a thing or whatever. I like to do that, but I'm not one that like celebrates my birthday. So for like to get a bunch of people together to surprise me to do this thing that like I already don't want to be doing. No. I definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I know there are people out there that like it, definitely like the type A extrovert, like that type of people that want to always be like the center of attention, whatever. But like I struggle with the like moral, the morality surrounding having a surprise party. Like, how can, like, what if I don't feel good when I come home and I like just want to hang out, or like, how do you made this decision for me, now I have to do this?
Yeah.
So like for me that's it, it's not just a question of like, hey, I should throw a surprise party for someone. It's like, is this right?
Yeah, that's fair. I have seen so many like media things where birthday parties, surprises go wrong, and yeah, it just doesn't seem worth the hassle for me.
Yeah.
And again, I'm somebody who is generally very well hurt in social events, but yeah, the attention on me is so uncomfortable, so I can absolutely understand that.
Yeah.
Like again, yeah, the excuse to have people around and to like be with the people that you care about.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. We don't need to celebrate me. We can just also eat cake at this occasion where we're hanging out. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I don't need everyone to like write me a card and about how they feel about me that I read out loud to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, kind of.
Yeah.
Not for me.
Using it as an occasion to get people together, not to get people to celebrate me.
Yeah.
Ugh, but
well, now we're just on a birthday tangent. So, in a hard 180.
Yeah.
What makes you feel miserable? And you can't say surprise birthday parties.
No, I won't say surprise birthday parties. That is one of them, though. And it's the opposite of my actual answer, I feel like, which is loneliness. That, like...
makes you feel like you would like a surprise birthday.
Yeah. But there are a very select few people in the world right now that, like, I want around me.
That's fair. I think there's
for like an extended period of time.
That's I think there's a very strong difference between loneliness and being alone.
Yeah.
So I think that's...
Yeah. But that, like... I think of when you and the boy took that trip. What was it, last year? The year before that?
Yeah, last summer. No, it was the summer before that.
Yeah. Because we took that trip last summer.
Yes.
So 2 summers ago. But, like, it was just me in the house. And, like, I had the dogs. So, like, again, I wasn't alone. But I was just lonely because I'd gotten used to you and the boy, in my space. Not my space, like, my personal space, but, like, the space that is this house. And to, like, wake up, go to work, come home, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, come home, and it just be me was a feeling that I was not prepared for. And yeah, it definitely wasn't happiness. So
you're missing pieces of the whole puzzle, you know? So that's fair. I think for me, the answer, I don't like being yelled at. That is one thing that's going to put me in such a funk immediately, and that's one for me. You can disagree with me, you can be mad at me, you can talk to me, you can argue with me, but to yell at me is such a degrading feeling that I don't care for, and it just ensures that it sets up such a power trip that I don't care for, I don't need in my life, and it just makes me feel crummy.
Yeah.
So
I think I'll take that a step further, and like the dogs have done things and I've yelled at them around you, and it still kind of puts you in that funk. So it's not even
just
like
generally yelling.
Yeah,
I don't
not
like
even like yelling at you, because I kind of gotten put in that funk by me just screaming at the dogs a time or two, and it feels bad. But I mean, if that's like what you got going on, then I just need to be sensitive to that. But
well,
yeah,
if you're yelling at the dogs, it's because I failed to do something to make the dogs act in an appropriate manner. And I think that I was yelled at as a child instead of hugged.
That's your trauma.
No, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, I mean, that's easy 1 point answer for me. Yelling. General. Summed it up. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
No, yeah, it's definitely not a good place to be. But
Which is funny because I'm generally like, I describe myself as someone who likes yelling. Like at social events, or not like sporting events.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I think cheerleading would have been a good one for me.
Yeah.
Being loud in a controlled environment, I'm all here for, but
Yeah, being loud in a space where the loud is the expectation.
yes, there we go. That's a great way to put that. Yeah, but don't. No.
Yeah. Don't be loud at me in my quiet space.
Yes. I don't like raised voices.
Yeah.
So, for sure.
Fair enough. Now, again, we're going to give you whiplash here, I think, for another 180. What is the best costume you've ever worn? What is like the opposite of being miserable?
I know.
Assuming Halloween. Because nobody can be miserable on Halloween. Let's be real here.
That's fair. My best costume wasn't for Halloween, actually. Yeah. It was for a children's event at a bookstore. But I made an Anna costume from Frozen when it was first starting to come out. And that was my favorite thing. My hair was long enough, red enough to do like the braids. And I just got like the white hair piece in that I just braided in. It was very cute. Eventually I moved on to get a big girl Anna costume that somebody else made. Mm-hmm. But that was my favorite costume, hands down. I used to wear it all the time, and kids get so excited, and that was such a fun thing for me to do, and I loved it. I've had dreams of being a Disney princess. However, I'm too short to be any of the characters at Disney, so this is the best I can do with the resources I've been given.
Be just like one of the mascots in a suit or whatever.
I could be Alice, but
Alice.
that's the only one that I'm at the right height. They have very strict requirements.
You've
for
lost
Disney
all
characters.
your muchness.
Well, I just have to lose, a lot of the winter weight, and then I'm ready to go. So, when I go to work at Disney, which is my dream,
We'll get
and you support the family, that's up next for me. I love a princess costume.
Mine is I think it was the first Halloween that we were together. We did a Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph. Yes. That was very fun. And up until this last Halloween, that would have been my answer. But this last Halloween with the boy, it was the first one that he was kind of like conscious and able to like do things, whatever.
He didn't pick the costumes, but was excited about the costumes, so that was really fun.
Yeah. And I got to be Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. And I knew as soon as we had decided on Monsters, Inc. costumes, I wanted to be Mike Wazowski. And I knew that I wanted to get one of the blow-up costumes.
Well, yeah, you didn't want to just wear like a onesie. You wanted to be a circle, which was quite the quite the aspiration.
But it was such a good costume, and I had such a good time. And there was how many people that just shouted out 2319 when we were just walking down the street doing the Halloween thing. And kids coming up to me or like across the street, like pointing, like that's Mike Wazowski. Like so that it felt so good to be like out and recognized like that while not being out and recognized for being me.
That's fun.
I
liked that costume as well. Because, I mean, it was a cool costume in general. It would be cooler if you could have used your arms at any point in the night.
I was definitely like a deadbeat dad that whole time because I couldn't use my arms. I had to. It had spots for my arms that in theory I could use, but if I used my arms, then the body of the costume would rise too high, and then I couldn't see out the window that was made for me to see out of. So I had to use my hands inside the thing to hold that had arm straps, and so I'd hold the arm straps down to make the window where I could see out of it. But yeah, that was again such a fun costume, and what a dream to
It would have been more fun for me if I wasn't 9 months pregnant and corralling my toddler. We had
next
the
year
girl the week after that.
Yeah, it's literally the 1 week after that.
Yeah. That was fun because I got to be Boo for that one, which was cute and easy, but it wasn't just like the pink T-shirt. It was the like chair covered jacket that they made with the suckers and like the hood and the eyeballs, and that was fun. That was a fun time.
Mop head.
Yes, and I fit in the jacket. 9 months pregnant, so that was also nice.
Yeah, it was definitely that was almost a swerve we had to make, like with Mom being pregnant. We were having that talk like in the week leading up to Halloween. It's like, if I don't fit in the jacket, I'm gonna need to be Mike Wazowski. And I'm like, all right, then I get to be Boo. Then that's super fun with me.
Yes, so that was fun. That was a good Halloween. I liked that a lot. So
I am super stoked for this Halloween. I can't wait to, because I think this year it's time to let the boy pick what he wants.
He gets to pick. I
hopefully
can't
it's
see what he's into leading up to it. If it was still Shrek, that would be cool. We can just maintain that for the next.
I call dibs on Princess Fiona.
9 months. He'd probably love it. It'd be great. I'll be Shrek. You can be the Shrek baby.
Yeah. I'm really excited to see what he picks for this year. I'm super stoked for that.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
For sure.
Awesome. Well then, now that we brought the vibe up, we'll bring the vibe back down.
Whiplash, again, thank you.
What is the hardest loss you've ever had to take?
I have been very blessed in my life. So I want to preface everything I'm about to say with that. Know that this is not like some gut-wrenching thing. But it is, for me, the hardest loss I've ever had to take. I was previously married to a person who is not Mom. While she and I were married, we together had acquired 3 dogs. The first one was always like hers. He loved her, he wouldn't leave her side, all that stuff. The second one was kind of ours. He would just kind of hang out between the two of us, whatever he was feeling in that moment. He was just here for love, and awesome. But the third one we got specifically for me. I wanted this dog, I found this dog, I picked out this dog. And I knew it was something that I wanted. We had 2 small Yorkie mixes, so I wanted a more medium-sized dog. She didn't want the hair, so I found Labradoodles. But then when we separated and ultimately divorced, it was a matter of she pretty much said to me, she said, if you want any of the dogs, we're going to take the whole thing to court. And I didn't have the fight in me at that time to want to drag out this whole thing through a whole court proceeding, to do whatever. I just wanted to be done with the situation. So I said goodbye to my dogs, being the second one, less so, but my Labradoodle that I got for me, I said goodbye to her, and that's probably the hardest thing that's the hardest loss I've had to take. That's the hardest thing. I want and wish so much that I could go back in time and have given myself the fight for that. What would that change now? Did I need to say goodbye to her to get these dogs? All the micro and macro decisions that were made and would have changed in that time. What does that mean? It's if that's what gets me here, that's what gets me here. I'd make that decision again, but it really, really sucked. And I would not love to make that decision again.
Understandable. I can see the whole perspective, and that's something that we've talked about at great lengths, and I feel for. I think my answer is kind of what you expect. I mean, we're really lucky to have the people that we do have in our lives. I have lost both my grandpas now. We lost my cousin now. I think those are all hard losses to take. I think losing people on my dad's side is always a little harder for me to lose, because people that I get to spend the time with, I can at least be grateful for that I had that time with them. Mm-hmm. I got to share my love, express my love, and do all the things I wanted to do with, not all of them, but, I got that time with them. So I always feel more guilty, I think, when other people go, and it's like, ugh, you always think there's more time.
Yeah.
And there just isn't. And
yeah.
So those are always hard for me. Losing pets this last year and for the boy has been hard as well. Especially because, it feels silly to compare human life to my cat life. But losing that cat was really hard for me. Daisy was such a fundamental part. She was my college cat. She was the first pet I moved out. I moved out and she was the first pet I got. And so to be with me for over that decade and all the things that we went through, ugh, I hate it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it again.
Yeah. For her to go in the way, it was just kind of like, she's not seeming right, let's take her to the vet. And then the vet's like, oh no, this is something that is really bad. So we need to take action, and the action was pretty much limited to putting her down. So to have not like, it wasn't like an old age thing. It was, she still had so many good years ahead of her, and it's just her body said no, and that for me makes that loss harder, because she, on paper, she probably had another good 5-10 years in her, but that was cut short, sadly.
Yeah, that one sucked. I hated that one.
No.
Ugh, what a downer.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can turn it around with our last question. A little bit of a lighter one, an easier one for sure. Do you like sunny days or rainy days more?
Man, who wrote these questions
out?
In
this order. This is so great. I don't think that we've talked about it on here, but we are now kind of going just through the book in order. So these are back-to-back questions in the book. So this isn't like us trying to do up, down, up, down, up, down.
Am I curating a list?
The publishers of the book doing this.
Yeah, really crazy. I am a rainy day person through and through. Rainy days speak to my core. There is nothing I love more than the vibe of a rainy day. Being home on a rainy day, a lazy rainy day, even better. Both of the kids' sound machines I put to rain because it's the only sound that I can put up with. We're going on almost 3 years now. I am very pro rainy day, without a doubt.
Yeah, I think I'm the opposite. I do like sunny days quite a bit. I don't necessarily like being out in them, but it makes me feel more energized. I sleep during the daytime. I work nights. So if I wake up in the afternoon and it's like dark out, for me, that's super depressing for me, because
that's the dream. It feels so cozy.
No, because I never get the sun. If I sleep during the sun time and then I wake up and it's nighttime, that's like the winter months going to work. I go in when it's dark and I leave when it's dark. And it's just like, by the end of the second month, I'm just ripping my hair out. Like, I need sun time. So I do appreciate a sunny day. I don't like being out in like hot.
No, me either. I don't like sun in my eyes, and I refuse to buy transitional glasses.
No, I need to get a second pair of sunglasses to have one pair in each car. But yeah, I prefer sunny for sure.
Not me. Well then, that's really all we got this week. A lot of crazy back-to-back questions. But thank you guys for wondering beside us. May your night be soft, your questions light, and your path aglow until we meet again.